Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Brewers TV is presented by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and the Brewers are hitting the road. First West Coast trip here of this season. Starting a three-game series here this weekend at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, home of the Colorado Rockies. They're sitting on 24 wins on the season. The Brewers coming in with a 37-23 record. An absolutely beautiful night for baseball here in Denver. And here's a look at tonight's pitching matchup for the Brewers. It's Brandon Sproat making his first career start against the Rockies tonight, getting ready for his 10th start of the season and looking to bounce back and help the Brewers snap a two-game losing streak. And the Rockies are sending Ryan Feltner to the mound. He has pitched very well here at home at Coors Field, a 379 earned run average in his 4 home starts. Hi everyone, Sophia Minard here at Coors Field, and the Brewers, now 60 games through the season, are sitting on one of their best records here over their last 5 seasons. 37 wins, trailing only the Braves and the Dodgers for the best records in Major League Baseball. And now they're starting a 6-game road series, 6-game road trip, I should say, here in Denver. And next they'll be heading to Las Vegas to play the Athletics. But the Brewers have been very good on the road, a 16-10 record on the season. But they have won 8 of their last 10 on the road with 4.3 runs per game. And they've outscored their opponents by 15 runs with that run differential there, and the excellent pitching that you have come to expect from this team all season long. And since May 1st, the Brewers pitching staff has been one of the best, the fewest home runs allowed in Major League Baseball, just 17 for them in that stretch. Meanwhile, the Colorado Rockies, very different direction. They have allowed 42 homers since May 1st. That is tied for the 4th most in the league. However, the Colorado Rockies offense has been much better over the last week. In their last 6 games, they have a 4-2 record. They are scoring more than 7 runs per game with 11 home runs. So it'll be the job of Brandon Sproat and that Brewers bullpen to hopefully hold down that Rockies offense. And as we go up to our booth, our game announcers, Jeff Levering and Tim Dillard. Guys, as we start this 3-game series, a couple of roster moves to get some depth up there in the bullpen. But Jackson Chourio, he has been getting it done. He's starting to heat up. And despite yesterday's loss, he had a multi-home run game.
Yeah, first multi-homer game for Jackson Chourio since last year, Sophia, and he just continues to roll, Tim. A 6-game hitting streak where he's hitting almost 500.
Playing like a champion. Chourio's been eating his Wheaties. The Maracaibo kid, we know how good he is. Finally healthy, clicking on all cylinders at the plate, and when he's good, this is what it looks like. Damage. You look at his hits, 3 homers. He's 10 for his last 21, 5 of those extra base hits. But if you dig a little deeper, which I did, 5 of those hits go to center field, 3 of those hits go to right field, the opposite field. And all of those have been on fastballs. And what's he doing if you throw an off-speed pitch, a breaking ball? Well, he pulls those. Slider and sweeper, he's been getting it done. And 7 of his 10 hits have been on the first 3 pitches. However, he has 5 walks and only 3 strikeouts. So right now, pitchers finding it very hard to pitch to him. He's been an enigma wrapped in a labyrinth.
He really enjoys hitting against the Colorado Rockies as well. Our Johnson Financial Group player profile. 6 games last year against the Rockies, 8 out of 26 at .308 batting average with 4 extra base hits, plus that triple, 11 runs batted in and an OPS over 1,000. So it's the Brewers and the Colorado Rockies, game number 1 of a 3-game weekend series from the Rock Pile in Denver. We'll have the first pitch for you when we come back.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. By Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. And by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Go Brew Brew!
Brewers TV presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Beautiful night in Denver, Brewers and Rockies. First time these two teams have met here in 2026 with Tim Dillard and Sophia Minard down on the field. Jeff Levering with you from Coors Field. Dueling righties today with Ryan Feltner, who's been really tough on the Brewers over the course of his career. Best earned run average against any other team in the National League. Ryan Feltner against the Brewers. Brewers won the season series last year against Colorado, taking 4 of the 6, including 2 of 3 at Coors Field. Scored 26 runs here last year. His starting lineup is brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Yelich, Churio, and Terang, the top 3 in the order. Contreras, Bowers, and Garrett Mitchell. Mitchell hitting .310, an OPS of .950 over his last 15. Sal Frelick, Luis Rengifo, and David Hamilton round out that starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers. Just waiting for Ryan Feltner to take the mound. Christian Yelich and Daniel Vogelback going over their final scouting reports. Brewers got into town before the sun set last night. Opportunity to get used to that altitude. Not easy getting here the first day and getting ready to play at the altitude. Body takes a hit in those first 24 hours.
Well, honestly, you can't get used to it. It takes a long time. And about the time you feel like you get used to it, you're already moving on to another city. That's probably why Ryan Feltner's taking his sweet time. He walked in from the bullpen, and it's a long walk. Taking another breather.
A great crowd on hand here tonight. Should be packed to the gills each of the next few nights here in Denver. Tim still digesting a 3-foot-long hot dog that he had for dinner. Was it 3 feet? It was a yard, wasn't it?
It was 3 pounds, only 2 feet, Jeff.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, here comes Ryan Feltner and the Rockies. So you just need to start talking about your dinner, and he needed to evacuate. Christian Yelich getting ready. Ryan Feltner in City Connect uniforms. Feltner just came off the injured list. Made a start against the Giants. Was good in that last start. 6 innings, did not give up a run. His overall numbers there, Tim. He's been good in this ballpark. He's got oppo splits. He's better here at home than he is on the road.
Yeah, sometimes the guys just know what hitters are going to try to do in a ballpark where it flies like this. But the 29-year-old, this is his 6th MLB season, all with Colorado. It would be his 74th start. And half of those have been here at Coors, even though he's got around a 5.5 ERA. But yeah, you said he missed some time, missed a month for his right ulnar nerve inflammation. The last time out against the Giants, he was good. 6 innings, no runs, no walks, and only had 2 strikeouts. So that's what it's going to look like.
Tim, how about the defense behind Feltner?
Yeah, in the outfield, Troy Johnston, Jake McCarthy, Tyler Freeman. And around the infield, Willie Castro, Ezekiel Tovar, Edward Julian, TJ Rumfield. Hunter Goodman doing the catching for Feltner.
Home plate umpires Rob Drake. First base is Stu Sherwater. Junior Valentine is at second base, and Jordan Baker is our crew chief over at third base. Last time we had this crew, it was in Minnesota, and Stu Sherwater and Jordan Baker didn't get the proper umpire slacks. So it looks like their bags arrived on time. They have the correct slacks on tonight, so that's good. Didn't have their sweatpants on. They had a mid-game switch. Hey, Tim, how about your Miller Time game plan?
Yeah, this has nothing to do with slacks, but just push play. The Brewers just put the ball in play. Colorado's last in defensive efficiency. And Feltner's not going to walk a lot of guys, not going to strike a lot of guys. The Brewers are really good just putting the ball in play. And then the KISS method. Keep it simple, Sprout. I have a complex theory about simplicity, but it all starts with strike 1.
Ryan Feltner all set to go, just 3 minutes late. Our first pitch brought to you by Aurora Healthcare, and it's on the way to Christian Yelich. And it's on the outside corner for strike 1. Off we go from Denver. 8th time that Christian Yelich is leading off here at Coors Field, hitting .367 as a leadoff man in this ballpark. That is since the 2022 season. Yelich gets hit, and the Brewers have the leadoff man on base. Yelich had a great series against the Giants, 8-4-17, and now he's on ahead of Jackson Churio.
I think it's the first time he's been hit this season. That one way inside. It's like upper right hamstring.
Chourio homered twice yesterday and takes a strike. 8 out of 13 overall with 8 RBIs against San Francisco. Riding a 6-game hitting streak. Slow roller to third, charging and making the play just in time is Willie Castro. Yelich goes to second base. And Bryce Terang an RBI opportunity in this first inning.
Well, you know, Chourio likes to swing early. I think Yelich did the pop-up slide. He thought about going to third, but looked like Tovar was going to back up on the Castro play.
Bryce Terang in the 3-hole, and he swings and misses at a changeup from Feltner. Terang also broke out of his slump against the Giants, was 7 for 13 in that series. And he hits a slow roller to the right side. Little indecision here. Who wants it? Feltner covering first, and they get the out. TJ Rumfield got into no man's land, and it was the pitcher Feltner that had to go cover.
That's a tough play. Rumfield goes after the ball, abandons ship. And Julian was coming across. Great job by Feltner, not taking any chances, going to the bag, and then Rumfield just has to slide and get out of the way.
Allstate good hands replay. That 4-1 put out. Runner at third, 2 away for Contreras. Contreras really the only guy that did not swing the bat really well against San Francisco. Was just 2 for 14. And he pops it up right up the silo behind home plate. And Goodman makes the play. The Brewers have the leadoff man on. A couple of ground outs and a pop up to the catcher. See Brandon Sproat on the other side here in Denver. Bottom half inning number 1 from Denver. Brandon Sproat will face the Colorado Rockies for the first time. Warren Schaefer's first full season as a skipper here in Denver. Starting line brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. McCarthy, Freeman, and Rumfield, who is the reigning National League Rookie of the Month. Goodman, Johnston, and then Castro, Tovar, Thompson, and Julian. That's the starting 9. They get Brandon Sproat, looking to bounce back after what has been 3 up and down outings for Brandon.
Yeah, it hasn't gone particularly like he hoped, but you think after a bump in the road, it has a great chance for a comeback. It's about commanding his pitches and limiting the free passes.
Opens up with the first pitch, cutter down and in. That might be a big pitch for him this evening because of the altitude. Stuff does not move the way that it normally would. So we'll see what's working for him early on in this ball game.
We got to think he probably was calibrating in the bullpen and figured out whatever his plan was in the clubhouse probably could have changed since warming up on the mound out here.
And throws that cutter back to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jake McCarthy. Here's the arsenal overall for Sproat. Typically some variation of the fastball. McCarthy lines one into the gap in left center field. Have at least a single. Digging for 2, and he'll make it. It's a leadoff double for McCarthy. These big gaps here in Denver. Singles turn into doubles, doubles turn into triples.
That's his 6th extra base hit in his last 8 games. 4 of those doubles. He gets a fastball down and away. Puts it right in the middle of the gap. Chourio does a great job cutting it off, but there's so much real estate here in the outfield at Coors. We'll see a lot of extra base hits perhaps in this series.
Brings up Tyler Freeman. Swinging away and comes up empty on the cutter. This is a massive outfield, and yes, everybody talks about the home runs, and yes, the ball does travel here, but because it's so vast, outfielders have to play so deep. Singles turn into doubles more often than not. Runner takes off for third. It's down and in, and McCarthy swipes the bag. Sproat just didn't pay any attention to him.
Yeah, the high leg kick didn't give Contreras a chance. No attempt. Watch me. Looks away, takes off, leg kick.
Ball and a strike on Freeman on an 8-game hitting streak. Fouls it away, making it 1-2.
11 stolen base for McCarthy, so you got to know that the game plan talked about the guys on the team that would run, but in particular with the entire Colorado Rockies lineup, they swing first pitch more than anyone in baseball.
1-2. That's down and away. Tried the curveball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So very similar offense to where Sproat had one of his best outings of the season against the Toronto Blue Jays. They attacked early, and he was phenomenal that night. It was almost 2 months ago now. Freeman, ground ball to second base. That'll get a run home. Freeman is thrown out. It's 1-0 Colorado.
Yeah, you got to think that's all he was trying to do, was just hit a ball to the right side. Of course, the right side of the infield's playing back. He wants a free RBI, and he gets it.
TJ Rungfield, Rookie of the Month in the National League, hitting .286. The Rockies got him from the New York Yankees. Blocked in the Yankees organization by Ben Rice. Rungfield takes a strike.
Here's another guy that swings a lot first pitch, doesn't particularly hit the ball hard, but he's in the top 10 of pretty much everything rookies can be top 10 in. Average, hits, home runs, RBIs.
He's in an 0-2 hole after seeing a changeup from Sproat. There he is right at the top. He's got 60 hits, second most in the big leagues amongst rookies. Two on the way to Rungfield. It's a Rockies team that already has 24 wins on the season. They didn't get their 24th win until after the All-Star break last year. Swing and a miss. Threw him a curveball, and Sproat picks up the strikeout. Tim, the defense behind Brandon Sproat brought to you by Landmark Credit Union.
In the outfield, Churio, Mitchell, Frelick. Around the infield, Rengifo, Hamilton, Turang, and Bowers. And William Contreras pushing the buttons for Sproat.
Not a bad start for Sproat. Just a double by McCarthy. Scored on the RBI ground out. 2 outs and nobody on for last year's Rockies representative in the All-Star game, Hunter Goodman. He's got 15 home runs. And it takes strike 1.
Yeah, Goodman's he's one of those true outcomes men. Whether it's a home run, a walk, or a strikeout, that's pretty much all it falls into, those kind of categories.
Swing and a miss. The curveball. Curveball's on point so far for Sproat. Quick 0-2 on Hunter Goodman.
Well, we talked about pitches that are going to work at this altitude, and a lot of times if you can get a curveball that's got some bite to it, you can tell the Rockies lineup not used to seeing that one.
0-2 coming, and it's hit foul. Went back to the curveball. National League home run leaders tied for 4th with Brandon Lau, the Pirates. Another 0-2. Ryan Feltner threw just 7 pitches in the top half of the first inning. 1-2 to Goodman.
Looked like Sproat hit a double tap with his front foot coming through, kind of dragged it and hit the mound. He was not happy with that one.
Just missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Pitch number 7 in this sequence with Johnston on deck. And he walked him. So Sproat, after getting ahead, loses Goodman. And he's forced to see Troy Johnston, who's got the 5th best batting average in Major League Baseball.
And also batting .358 against right-handed pitching. He's a line drive machine too. Gets breaking balls well and has 4 straight multi-hit games. This guy's doing it all right now.
And he hits this one in the air foul left side. Jumps out in front, as you mentioned, Tim, getting out early with that first pitch swing from Colorado. Got to be on your toes. You just can't lay one in there on that first pitch.
Well, it's also encouraging to a pitcher. If I make a good first pitch, I can get ahead in the count or possibly just get an out.
Runner goes 0-1. Is a strike. Throw to second base is picked and safe. Well, Hamilton put the tag down, but a swim move by Goodman out at second base. Let's see if Pat Murphy wants to challenge this play. Waiting and no challenge. This is an acrobatic slide from Hunter Goodman.
5th stolen base on the season, and I think it was the oven mitt. Hamilton, I think, went down to tag the oven mitt, and he moved it. Let's see what we have.
Just stopped his left hand entirely.
Yeah.
That one lined and caught by Hamilton at short, and the side is retired. So the 2-out walk does not hurt. Rockies get on the board. Bowers to lead it off in the second. 1-0 Colorado. Jake Bowers, the team leader in home runs, to lead it off against Ryan Feltner. Sitting on 10 homers, the top of our Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard. And faces Feltner, starting the second inning. Again, only threw 7 pitches in that opening frame. Coming off a 6 scoreless against San Francisco his last time out. Bowers at .269 was just 1 for 11 on the last homestand against the Giants, but walked 6 times. The one hit was a 3-run homer. Swings and misses through the slider. Pulled the string on a changeup. 1-2.
Bowers has solidified himself already this season as a guy that you just can't make mistakes to. He's going to be a threat in the middle of the Brewers order for the entire season. Really just based on what he's done the first 2 months. Once the guys have that data, they're like, okay, this guy's got pop. He's got pop to all fields. This is where we're going to go.
Two. Line foul left side. Mostly off speed in this sequence so far from Feltner. That's lined into the gap in left center field. Extra bases for Bowers as McCarthy cuts it off, but it's an easy 2-bagger for Jake Bowers to open up this second inning. Perfect swing and a fastball away.
Well, 2-2 count. He saw a fastball in the first pitch, and it's a fastball away later. This looked a lot like what we saw from the Rockies with McCarthy. An opposite field, left center gap. This is actually a really good job by McCarthy cutting this off. He gets to the wall. Bowers, he's pretty quick. He ends up at third, I believe.
Garrett Mitchell now takes down and in with a curveball. Mitchell and Bowers, the top hard hit rate guys on the roster. For Mitchell, just 2 for 6 in that last series against the Giants. 1-0. It's popped up, fouled, and into the seats. Last couple of weeks for Garrett Mitchell, pair of homers, average over 310, OPS over 950. Being more selective at the plate, and that high fastball has not given him as many problems as it has in the past. And looks at a strike with a changeup.
Feltner's already thrown some decent changeups, but it's got a cut on it. It's not that typical changeup that goes arm side. Not sure if he's trying to do that on purpose or that's just the altitude.
Threw it again.
But that's what Coors Field will bring to a situation. The lines play wider, the outfielders play deeper, and the stuff coming out of your hand is not what you're used to. And to be able to be good on the Rocky side, be a pitcher, be here throughout an entire season, and to find ways to figure that out, not everyone can do that. That's why you're not seeing a whole bunch of people clamoring to sign deals to come and pitch at this altitude.
3-2 coming to Mitchell. Ground ball to the right side. He'll get the job done. Bowers over to third. Runner at third base. Less than 2 outs for Sal Frelick.
Hey, bring the family to the Brewers game Sunday, June 14th, and get a sliding Sal Frelick jersey giveaway for the first 5,000 kids through the gates, courtesy of Joey. Get tickets at brewers.com/giveaways now.
Infield is up for Colorado. And Sal looked at ball 1. 5 out of 15 on that last homestand for Frelick. A couple of doubles in game 1. And Brewers trying to tie the game. Swing and a miss. The big curveball. Feltner making start number 6 in his career against the Brewers. 1-1 with a 2.93 ERA. It's his lowest earned run average against any team that he has ever faced. He's never allowed a home run to the Brewers. Hopefully that luck changes tonight. Frelick rips one down the right field line. It is foul. That I almost spoke it into existence.
Thought you did too. I thought there it is. No, one thing that Feltner's doing is just staying away from fastballs. Really leaning into the non-fastballs. Brewers batting .266 against heaters.
Frelick pounds it foul. Another changeup.
So if you're a guy with good off speed and you throw a lot of it, don't mind doing that. Maybe you can have some success against this lineup.
Saw Logan Webb a couple of nights ago take a no-hitter into the 7th inning. A lot of change-ups in that start for Webb. Frelick hits it foul. Just got enough of it. Didn't trickle out in front of home plate. Pitch sequence so far.
Yeah, you can tell already, just in an inning and a third, that this is going to be a chaos. Mix it all up. Be a mixologist. Don't fall into any patterns.
Taken low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. First time he's seen the sweeper in the sequence. There's Rengifo on deck. 7 pitches already used in this at bat with Feltner to Frelick.
Feltner's good against lefties too. They're batting under 200.
And that is low for ball 4, and we're going to get a challenge.
Catcher, I mean.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Survey says ball 4.
Pitch is down.
Rockies are down a challenge. And now Rengifo hits with runners on the corners. So after a 7-pitch first inning, the Brewers are making Feltner work in the second. RBI chance for Rengifo. Middle infielders a double play depth. Corners are up. And ball 1. Leadoff double by Bowers. He stands at third. Runner goes. Ripped foul first base side. Rob Drake turning on his microphone just to let us know it's working. Runner goes again. It's high. Throw down to second base is going to be late. Rockies have thrown out the fewest base runners in Major League Baseball. That's a steal for Sal Frelick. It's his 5th. We've seen 3 stolen bases. We're only in the top of the second inning in this game.
Well, I really like the doubling up on the stolen base as we take a look at the Potawatomi Sportsbook Wired Cam. Feltner's only given up 2 stolen bases, now 3, and I think the reason is because he gives up so much contact at the plate, whether it's foul balls or putting the ball in play. There just hasn't been a lot of chances to try to get a stolen base against him.
Go ahead run out there in scoring position, and Rengifo takes down and in. 3 balls and a strike on Rengifo. With Hamilton on deck. This is a very Brewersy inning. A lot of pitches thrown by Feltner.
I think what you're seeing is a guy that has thrown a lot of off speed, now can't command the fastball because he's thrown it so sparsely.
Ground ball right side. That's going to get a run home. If it's fair, it's not, though. It's foul. 3-2.
If you're constantly throwing off speed pitches, changeups, sliders, sweepers, curveballs, and then you end up throwing it out of the zone and the team is patient, well, eventually you got to throw, all right, what do I throw a strike with? And if that's supposed to be fastball, well, he missed with fastball on Frelick. He always missed with Rengifo. That was completely relying on his off-speed pitches.
Got to have some contact. 3-2. And he does. A little slow roller. Feltner's got it. He'll throw to first and get the out. The game is tied. An RBI ground out from Rengifo. Frelick moves to third on the play.
Well, leadoff double by Bowers, and then good piece of hitting by Mitchell.
Feltner does not look super comfortable at the moment.
Well, he ran in to catch it. Looked like he kind of changed direction a little bit, whether he's going to tag Rengifo and then end up throwing it over to Rumfield. Maybe he just needs a breather.
Using a mound visit to break up what he's feeling out there.
Maybe he had one of those 3-pound hot dogs before the game like I did. I'm breathing about the same way he is.
Tim, you know he didn't eat a 3-pound hot dog before the game today.
No shot.
Especially
but that's what
the
you,
green chilies.
That's what you feel like.
Where's the box, Tim?
When you are fielding your position this high into the air in space and you're trying to field your position and run over. Those little bursts.
Tim, this is what Tim ate today. It was in here.
I mean, is it end to end on the box? Probably.
Oh my God. Had the green chilies, the mac and cheese. This you ate. It was end to end.
What? I don't know if we're shaming me or if this is impressive or not.
We're not shaming anything. I'm just letting you know that is what
in all its glory
Tim ate for dinner. Everything but the box.
Had a Slim Fast for breakfast and lunch. And
Oh, I'm sure you did.
completely let it go for dinner.
Diet starts tomorrow. Ball and a strike on Hamilton. And that's low. 2 balls and a strike on Hamilton. Long inning here from Feltner. This next pitch will be his 30th. Trying to get that go-ahead run across with Sal Frelick standing at third. Ground ball foul outside of first.
Well, looking back at Feltner's 6 innings scoreless against the Giants, it was a lot of stuff down in the zone and pitching inside, which a lot of times you assume that's going to be a fastball, but what we're seeing in this particular start is a lot of off-speed stuff and sliders in on lefties.
2-2. Up and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Shocking. Sal Frelick's uniform is dirty, by the way, standing at third base. Looks like he's got a water stain. That's why we're giving the sliding Sal jersey away on the next homestand against the Phillies.
Dirtiest car in the parking lot.
4th straight batter that has seen a full count from Feltner. And he walked him, so Yelich will get another crack at Feltner. 2nd walk of the inning. Christian Yelich. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Home runs here in Denver since the beginning of the 2022 season. Go back to September 6th, 2022. 499 feet. It's the longest home run of his career. He's hit some moonshots in this ballpark. Couple last year in that series in April. I still can't believe that ball wasn't 500 feet. It hit off the ribbon board of the 3rd deck out in deep right center.
Shame on StatCast for not just giving another foot to be 500. And if you took away all those bleachers where he hit that ball, it would have ended up 600 feet away from home plate. Incredible bomb.
Way more than 125 feet past where that wall marker is in front of the bullpen for Colorado. And that bullpen is going to start getting active. Longest inning of the year so far for Feltner as the pitching coach is out to chat.
Brewers doing what the Brewers do. 32 pitches for Feltner this inning.
Yelich hit by a pitch in the 1st. Runner takes off. It's up and away. No throw. So another stolen base for Hamilton. That's his 14th. 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. Blas Castano. (1-0) in tight. Rockies were just in Anaheim playing at sea level for a handful of days. They've won back-to-back series, but this is a long inning from Feltner. 2-0. That's a strike.
Well, the ball that hit Yelich to start this entire game was a slider to the backside.
Swing and a miss. He got that slider again. 2-2. Struck him out. Threw him a changeup. And Yelich is down on strikes. The Brewers tied the game on the ground out by Rengifo.
Nothing outshines a blue moon.
Brewers and Rockies Rockies opening up a weekend series here at Coors Field, now tied at 1. And our Freighter Medical College of Wisconsin injury report. A couple of roster moves affecting the Brewers bullpen. Saw 2 pitchers leave the game in yesterday's loss. We start with the lefty DL Hall. He lands on the injured list with a left pectoral strain. Pat Murphy shared with us that they expect DL to hopefully return within 4 to 6 weeks there. Now, Grant Anderson was also hit by a ball on the forearm and had to leave the game. Fortunately, he is in a much better place than DL Hall. No IL yet for him. He's here in Denver. He was able to play catch before the game, and he should be available here this weekend. So very fortunate there for Grant Anderson. So a couple of moves. Brian Fitzpatrick has been called up. We've seen him before. 4 games pitched for him this season. Craig Yoho has been called up for his season debut. Saw him in a handful of games last year. And then Jake Woodford, who closed out the game yesterday, has been designated for assignment. So again, they've got 2 fresh arms in that bullpen, guys.
Well, it's good to have fresh arms coming into a series in Denver. 4 games, 3 games, whatever the length of the series. Got to have fresh arms out of that bullpen. Good news on Grant Anderson, who wore that line drive off of his forearm. Could see the seams on his forearm after the game last night. 1-2 on Willie Castro. And ground ball on 1 hop out to Terang. 1 up and 1 down for Sprode.
Well, regardless of, really probably what happened last night, they were probably going to need a fresh arm anyway. You can't come into Colorado without having to be able to cover a dozen or so innings. That's just, it's a poor planning if you're not looking in that direction. So them getting some help in the bullpen, but I have a hard time thinking Grant Anderson's going to be able to pitch in this series. You just can't recover here, and if you already have swelling coming in, it's going to be tough to get rid of.
Tovar takes a first pitch strike on a fastball from Sprode. Spoken from a guy who has pitched at this elevation, Colorado Springs, which is actually higher than it is in Denver.
Yeah, by about 1,000 feet, I think. Spent 4 summers there with the Brewers in AAA. That's probably what kept me a job. Guys needed more days off, and someone had to throw. I was that guy.
I am available, Rick Sweet.
The best ability is availability. But it's just a different beast. I mean, you look at the guys that pitched there, the Woodruff, Peralta, Hauser, Burns, Hader, these guys, that's probably the harshest environment they ever played in, and it didn't deter them. They got to the big leagues and continued to get better.
Stuff just does not move the way that it normally does at sea level. One-two, Tovar fouls it away. And to your point, Tim, you don't recover at the same rate that you would at sea level either. It takes you a little longer. Your blood is thinner here at this altitude.
It does something, changes your DNA or something. But if you're a guy in the field and you dive for a ball the next day, you are more sore than if you dove for a ball, somewhere else in the league. Just something about this place, it just doesn't let you feel good.
Yes, Rockies players, it is harder for them to go on a road trip and then come back and start the series. Tovar out towards center. Long run for Mitchell, and it's over his head and up and into the seats for an automatic double for Ezequiel Tovar. Hanging curveball from Brandon Sprode. He got ahead of Tovar, couldn't finish him off.
Well, he's thrown a lot of good curveballs. This one was not one of them. No rhyme or reason, just probably came out of his hand funny, didn't get the movement that he wanted down. This is part of being a good hitter in the Rockies, is be able to capitalize on a mistake. Tovar does that, sends it over the wall on a hop.
Sterling Thompson facing his old college teammate at Florida. Swing and a miss. Thompson was the 31st overall pick in the 2022 draft out of Florida. Sprode was the ace of that staff in 2022. Ended up being drafted the following year by the Mets. Thompson at 184. fouls it away.
Well, these two were seen talking to each other behind home plate, kind of around the BP time of day. So you know when you're facing a guy like that, you are locked in. For everyone else in this lineup, they're everyone else. But for Sproat, this is personal in a good way.
1-2 to Thompson. And he missed inside. 97 on the sinker. Foul back again. Tovar was dancing off that second base bag. Hamilton was trying to get Sproat to step off.
Tovar had him timed, was about to take off until I think Hamilton, just on his own accord, just ran over there to keep him from running. Good heads-up play.
And a turn from Sproat. Tendency to have some long innings for Sproat. That's why he hasn't lasted long in games. Does not have a ton of quick at bats. Runner takes off. 2-2. A swing and a foul. Thompson stays alive. Picked a good pitch to run on a curveball. Three balls and 2 strikes. This would be the 8th pitch of this sequence. Number 9 hitter Edward Julian for Minnesota Twin on deck. (3-2). Ground ball hit to second base. Big second hop for Terang, and he throws out Thompson. To third goes Tovar.
Second baseman, number 6, Edward Julian.
Julian had a tough month of May, where he was 5 for 61. At one point in the middle of the month, he was 0 for 34. And he fouls it off his front foot. Ouch. 0-1. Sproat threw 22 pitches in the first inning. He is nearing that number in the second. We've talked about it in his last couple of appearances, but it's get ahead and unable to finish off these hitters. Some uncompetitive pitches. Gets ahead of Julian, 0-1. And he fouls it away. It's 0-2.
I think it has a lot to do with too much complexity. It's got so many pitches, has different sequences for lefties and righties, but a lot of times you're not going to be able to execute like you want. So on paper, it may be like, hey, this is a great plan, but once you get out on the mound, if it's not working, then where's your plan go? I think he should choose 2 or 3 of his best pitches and just throw only those for an entire game. He would be executing at such a high level.
0-2 lined and left, the base hit. An 0-2 hit gives the Rockies the lead again. 4-seam fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Well, a couple of mistakes in this inning. Tovar with the hanging curveball. This fastball, yeah, kind of middle in. Great job by Julian, just hitting the ball inside out, going to left field, able to get it over the head of Rengifo, which hasn't happened a lot lately. Rengifo has been coming up with everything over there.
McCarthy with a double and a run scored in the opening inning, and he takes outside. Just too good of a pitch on 0-2. Sproat has had 2 strikes on every hitter this inning, has not struck anybody out. Toss to first, and back with a dive is Julian. Squaring to bunt, pulling it back and taking a ball. It's 2-0. Nearing that 50 pitch mark now is Sproat. Not even through the 2nd inning yet. Lands on the outside corner, 2-1.
Rockies had off yesterday, but before that, you mentioned their series in LA against the Angels. They took 2 of 3, scored 21 runs in that series on 29 hits. This is an offense that has been woken up lately.
And that's a base hit through the right side. Julian make his way to third base. Frelick's throw will be cut off. No, all the way through instead. So runners on the corners, and Tyler Freeman the hitter. Back-to-back 2-out hits, and here comes Chris Hook to chat with Brandon Sproat.
Yeah, so for McCarthy, he goes opposite field in the 1st inning on a fastball, and then this one a cutter kind of down the middle, just pulls it on the ground into right field. Great job by Sal Frelick coming up with it. Throws a great shot into third. You can see Hamilton reading what McCarthy was going to do on whether he was going to cut it off and go to first or if he was going to let it go through for a chance at third.
Wire cam presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. So Sproat again had an opportunity to get out of this inning with nothing coming across. Was ahead 0-2 on Julian. He gets the base hit, and now McCarthy puts runners on the corners for Tyler Freeman. Drove in a run with a ground ball back in the opening inning. Toss to first, and back standing is McCarthy. Will certainly take off. He stole third base, his 11th stolen base of the year. 2-1 Colorado.
Yeah, which is a little bit different than what we've seen. Brandon Sproat only allowed 3 stolen bases coming into this game, and for 2 to happen in a game, very strange. I think they caught him just concentrating too hard on what he was going to do at the plate and forgot about who was on base.
2-0 on Freeman. The second stolen base in that first inning. Just got to credit Hunter Goodman with an unbelievable slide. Getting around the tag of Hamilton. Freeman with a fly ball to left. Sends Churio back at the warning track. Makes the catch. Sproat with a breath of fresh air right there as Jackson Churio is due up. 2 home runs yesterday. He leads things off in the third. The Brewers down by 1. Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run counter for Jackson Churio. He had a couple of more home runs. He's got 4 on the season. First multi-homer game of the season for him. 3rd of his career. As Jackson Churio taking all the way from Feltner. And takes strike 1. Bounced out to third base in the opening inning. And he fouls it back. Had a good pass at that sinker. Down and away. Tim, you were talking about during this stretch for Jackson Churio, the strikeouts are down. He's showing a lot better patience at the plate.
5 walks to 3 Ks.
And a line drive into shallow left. Coming on to make the catch is Johnston.
The ball just hung up there for a chance to be an out for Johnston out and left. We've seen Churio hit that ball and it land a lot of, I mean, hit's a hit, whether you drive it to the ground or you dink it in the outfield. But here that ball's going to hang up, give outfielders a chance to run them down.
Turang rolled over to the second baseman his first time up. Count is even on Bryce Turang.
I think pretty much every lefty has figured out that they are going to see a slider from Feltner. He's filled up changeups and sliders, gets ahead early with the slider, goes to the changeup later. He's done it one time through the order. He already did it again with Yelich, now Turang. I think that sends a message to everybody in that dugout. A lot of lefties in the lineup for the Brewers tonight.
No lefties available on the bench for Pat Murphy, and a swing and a miss. He threw a fastball by him. Second strikeout for Feltner.
Hey, don't miss a William Contreras trading card bobblehead giveaway at the Brewers game Saturday, June 13th, courtesy of Nicolette Water. Get yours by being one of the first 25,000 fans through the gates. Grab a ticket at brewers.com/tickets.
Here is Contreras. Pop to the catcher on the first pitch he saw from Feltner. And takes that one high. .37 pitch inning in the second for Feltner. Contreras to center field. McCarthy back on it. Just onto the warning track, makes the catch. And the Brewers go in order in the third.
Best Cologuard Plus online.
Brandon Sproat back on the mound for the third inning. It's his 10th start of the season, and over his last 3 games, he has given up 11 runs. And that was after he picked up his first career win against the San Diego Padres, and he gave up 5 in his last start against the Houston Astros. So talking to pitching coach Chris Hook, they're working on just simplifying some of the things mechanically with him. So he said when things are a little off with the command with Sproat, it's because he's usually throwing a little bit more across his body. So they're trying to simplify the mechanics a bit. He said trying to get him more linear, a more direct line, just straight to the plate to let his stuff play. Both Pat Murphy and Chris Hook have raved about the stuff and the potential he has. Nice catch over there by Luis Rengifo in foul territory. So he said the other thing that they're encouraging him to try is maybe pitching out of the stretch more, similar to what they've done with Corbin Burns and Freddie Peralta in the past, just to put him in a more athletic position.
Thank you, Sophia. As Rumfield pops up to Rengifo. Right, in between the innings, Brandon Sproat and Chris Hook were having a pretty spirited conversation. Again, another long inning for Brandon Sproat where he gave up a run, an 0-2 base hit. Again, it's just the ability to finish off hitters. That's going to be his key.
I think it's twofold too. It's about filling up the zone. He was 8 for 9 first time through the order, throwing first pitch strikes. And then once you're ahead, then you go to phase 2. Okay, well, I got to get a quick out. So it's not always finishing the hitter with a strikeout. It's see if they can put it in play by missing a barrel. We've seen a lot of pitchers facing the Brewers in the last week or so that all they're trying to do is miss a barrel and letting the defense work. And sometimes that can play to your advantage, but some pitchers have to strike everybody out. And I think Sproat's trying to figure out just kind of where he's going to fit in and what kind of pitcher he wants to be, which is very typical for the younger guys.
1-2 is low, the curveball. Goodman drew a walk back in the opening inning, stole a base. Was down in the count, 0-2 before drawing his walk. Johnston's on deck. Sproat looking for a quick inning. Came into this frame having thrown 50 pitches in 2 innings. That's a drive to left, and this one is going to land in the bleachers. Long home run for Hunter Goodman. 16th of the year. Curveball getting hit hard against Brandon Sproat.
Well, again, just like the double last inning by Tovar, this is a hanging curveball, but you're hanging it to a guy like Goodman, who's hit a bunch of bombs this year. And we talked about the 3 true outcomes. Whether it's a walk like he did before, a strikeout, or this right here, that's a drive.
Toyota drive of the game from Hunter Goodman had hang time and distance. Troy Johnston, single tallies for each of the first 3 innings for Colorado's offense as he puts on the home run robe. Tied with James Wood now, the 3rd in the National League in home runs. Hunter Goodman. Ground ball right side, tough play. Turang ranging, fielding, throwing on the run in time. Great play made by Bryce Turang.
So smooth. He's terranging to his right at times. Here he's terranging to his left. To be able to scoop that up, find your balance, and the tendency is to rip this sucker as you're falling away, rip into the other team's dugout sometimes, but he's right on the mark to Bowers.
Willie Castro takes inside. Just so used to seeing Turang making those outstanding plays look ordinary when they are anything but. 2-0 on Castro.
Yeah, one of the benefits of what we do, Jeff, is we get to come here early, and I just get hypnotized watching these guys take infield. They are that good. They do all their early work on the side, then they get out, go through the whole process.
That's ripped into the corner by Castro. Extra bases with 2 away. They'll have at least a double, and they'll put on the brakes there. Two-out double by Castro. A lot of extra base hits for this Rockies offense today. 4 of them thus far. Another shot from our wire camp presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Yeah, sweeper, probably going to be a ball, but 2-0, when you're ahead in the count, you're going to be swinging. Castro able to keep it fair down the right field line.
Pick that one off his shins. Now Tovar had an automatic double back in the 2nd inning. 3 doubles and a homer for this offense for Colorado. And Tovar hacking away, fouls it away. Swings at the first pitch nearly 54% of the time. Number 1 in Major League Baseball. Tovar into right. Frelick coming on. Frelick dives and he takes a run off the board. The Gold Glover makes a heck of a play and keeps a run from scoring against Brandon Sproat. Sal Frelick getting that jersey dirty. He's got dirt, now he's got grass stains.
But you.
Beautiful sunset over the Rockies. Colorado leading at 3-1 against the Brewers in the 4th. Middle of the order, Bowers, Mitchell, and Frelick scheduled against Feltner. This is the group that got the Brewers going in the 2nd inning. Pushed a run across. Bowers has the only hit for Milwaukee. Two 2-0. And a strike on Bowers.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when I saw the lineup. I mean, there's guys in this Brewers lineup that you cannot sit. But at the same time, with Ryan Feltner, the splits for him, lefties batting under 200, righties batting over 300. So really thought I was going to see a lot more right-handed hitters in Murphy's lineup.
Spun out of that fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Just one left-hander in that bullpen for Colorado too, and now the home plate umpire is coming out to give a baseball to Feltner, and it appears that the pitching coach is also going to come out and chat with Feltner. Remember, a couple of innings ago, he went over to first base covering, and he did not look super comfortable doing so. Not sure if that's a product of this, or hey, listen, just got to mix in some more strikes. Maybe just saw something mechanically wanted to fix quickly.
Yeah, thinking something strange was going on. I'm not sure if he's agreeing with the umpiring calls or they can't get on the same page with the catcher, but whoever threw the ball back to him, he didn't even try to catch it. It just rolled into center field and he didn't even look at it. So I'm not sure if he's frustrated with the catcher, frustrated with the umpire, frustrated with himself.
The last pitch was a ball by about a foot. Again, if you have issues with the balls and strikes, you have the ability to challenge those now.
Yeah.
This is Goodman throwing it back, and it's a low throw. I'm not going to bend over and catch that. And I think Rob Drake saying, no, well, I'll just bring it out to you. 3-1 and a pop-up. Threw him a slider, and now it's the second baseman going out and making the catch. Now a message from Potawatomi Sportsbook.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team. Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook. Your sport, our stadium.
Garrett Mitchell, the hitter. Sun poking through some clouds. Mitchell, ground ball to second base. Going to be a 1 pitch out there, and Mitchell 2 away.
It was a 7-pitch first inning for Feltner, 10-pitch third inning. And he's only thrown 6 in this one.
The second inning is one of these is not like the other. Frelick takes high, ball 1. Also, what we've learned from Feltner is that he is not in a hurry to do much of anything out there on the mound.
I wouldn't either, man. It'll suck the wind out of you in this ballpark.
It's like a natural shot right there, huh? Everything but Wrigley. Just missing Glenn Close. That's a strike on the corner to Frelick. Spins that slider. It's got a lot more cutter action. Strike on Frelick. The last 2 pitches have been awfully close. 2-2 on Sal Frelick. And he hits it foul. Do it again.
Yeah, Frelick's definitely one of those guys that's out there to hurt your pitch count. Doesn't like to be a quick out, an easy out. Worked a 8-pitch walk in the second inning.
And fly ball to center. McCarthy is there and makes the play. Brewers going order for a second consecutive inning against Feltner.
at Potawatomi.
Aurora Healthcare defensive plays of the game. We saw them all the last half inning. Renhefo against the tarp. Bryce Terang moving to his left, a spin and a throw, and then Sal Frelick. Well, I promise we'll show Sal's again. Sterling Thompson takes a ball. Here's Sal. That ended the inning.
Superman dive. Give him a cape.
Pitching in the fourth inning is Brandon Sproat. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball first base side and a base hit for Thompson. So he beats his old buddy. 1 out of 2 now as Thompson. Leadoff man is on for the second time for Colorado. Hit number 7 for the Rockies.
Well, I like the fact that Sproat is really trying to pitch the contact early. I think after Chris Hook talked to him in the dugout after the second inning, if you go to that third inning, 4 of the 5 batters he faced, something happened within the first 3 pitches. Some good, some bad, but either way, something is happening. Because as a pitcher, you don't want to throw 5, 6 pitches to every hitter, because then there's no more mystery. That's gone. You can't trick anybody, can't fool anybody. They've seen pretty much everything you have.
Toss to first, and back with a dive is Thompson. Sproat got ahead of nearly everybody first time through. Second time through, he was 2-0 on 5 different hitters. Julian now down to the count 0-2. Can Sproat finish him off this time? And a base hit to drive in a run in the second. Toss to first and safe. Close. Powers asking to take another look. Time winding down. 5 seconds to make a decision. 2, no challenge.
Well,
15 seconds to make a choice.
Well, you give your pitcher 15 to 20 seconds to chill. Like you got him on the back of the hand.
Extends his lead a half a step. 0-2, fly ball foul.
Well, that's part of Sproat's game. He has 3 pickoffs already this season.
Second most in the big leagues. Next to Brent Suter.
That checks out. Suits Magoots. So crafty. Don't see a lot of righties with that good a move, though.
0-2. It's all about the footwork for Sproat.
Definitely an athlete. I think that's one of the Brewers, outside of his stuff being so good, but if you have a kid that's a really good athlete, they can make adjustments better than guys that can't. They just, hey, try this leg kick here, try this with your hips. They can do it more.
2-2 now on Julian. Thompson extra half a step. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup. Second strikeout for Sproat, turned over the change.
Other strikeout was on a curveball down. This one's the changeup. And I think he really did turn that over. I think to get it to play like he wanted, he really had to overemphasize pronating and getting that thumb down.
Hyundai pitch cast on the changeup. Third time through for Jake McCarthy's 2 for 2. Double and a single. Ball 1. McCarthy started the season in a terrible funk, but hitting well above 300 for the last 2 months. McCarthy rolls one to Bowers. They're going to get it out at second. Return throw to first. Sprode is there. They turn it 3-6-1. Quick and easy inning for Brandon Sprode. Gives up the base hit, but that is all. PFP special here. Bowers over to Hamilton, and Sprode covering the first base bag. They turn 2.
And saving.
For every Brewers run batted in, Northwestern Mutual Foundation funding 5 hours equivalent to $250 for childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Brewers proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. First offering to Rengifo is a strike. And Rengifo thought about challenging, says no. That's sunset over the Rockies. Gorgeous. Chopper softly hit to second base. One gone. All right, Tim, this is what you ate for dinner. They're splitting theirs. This is, you ate the whole thing.
The whole thing?
What was it called, Tim, that you ate? The Grizilla?
Glizilla?
No,
Yeah.
Glizilla.
I asked the lady that was handing it to me with 2 hands. She said they sell about, at one point, 150 of those.
A day?
Already in a game, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a strike on Hamilton. That kid is having goldfish, not a Glizilla. And a strike on Hamilton. Oh man, that is a little tight. Maybe their first ball game ever. How'd you like it? I slept through it. Swing and foul held on to by Goodman. Another strikeout for Feltner. That's 9 in a row set down.
It was 3 strikeouts, 2 of those on that changeup. He's been using it a lot, but it's the pitch he gets the most whiffs on and strikeouts, so you know you're gonna see that later on in at bats.
Yelich ground ball to second. Going to be a quick and easy inning. Julian backs up, makes the play. 6 pitches for Feltner in the 5th.
Brewers and Rockies back here at Coors Field, and BCF will be collecting peanut butter or a $10 contribution during the June Drive for Charity coming up Friday, June 12th through Sunday, June 14th. Fans donating will receive a Jacob Mizorowski pin. You can go to brewers.com/drive for charity for more information. You can also make online donations there. And the Drive for Charity is presented by BCF's Leadership Council. It will be fun to see Miz on the mound here at Coors Field tomorrow.
Always must watch television. Jacob Mizorowski, thank you, Sophia. He'll get his first dose of Coors Field. But his stuff will play no matter what elevation he is pitching in. Outstanding against the Astros on Sunday, last time out. Somehow didn't win pitcher of the month because Christopher Sanchez didn't give up a run for 50 innings. But if you looked at all the rest of the ancillary numbers, Mizorowski outpitched Sanchez last month. Still a heck of a month. Him and Kyle Harrison. 1-2 punch. Three and 1 on Freeman. And he walked him. So the leadoff man is on. 3rd time in 5 innings. Sprode, who had just an 11-pitch 4th. TJ Rumfield, a strikeout and a pop-up into foul territory. Rumfield fly ball left field. Churio angling towards the bleachers, and it's foul off the netting. So Rumfield, when this Rockies team was in Anaheim, got credited for a home run, because of an assist from Joe Adell. This is Tuesday, a Jose Canseco special. Going back, it hit him in the head and then up and over the fence. That's a home run. And how about earlier this year, Joe Adell had robbed 3 home runs in a game. That was a pretty pedestrian play.
It's the baseball gods. They want their home runs back.
That one gets away from Contreras and back to the backstop.
Well, they were looking for things to go right. It's been going right for the Rockies offense lately. You can just see the way these guys have been walking up to the plate. They feel confident. They're getting good swings. If not, they're willing to take a walk. Got a bunch of extra base hits in the ball game today, and stolen bases.
Wrong field, checks his swing. They'll peel. Denied. Ryan Fitzpatrick just up from AAA, starting to get loose in the Brewers' pen. 2 fresh arms in that pen for the Brewers. Run field on the ground to first. Bowers has it and feeds Sproat to get the out. Over to third goes Freeman. And Hunter Goodman, who hit a long home run his last time up, hits with a runner at third and only 1 out. Infield comes up for the Brewers, trailing by a couple of runs. And Goodman, a little flare to left, charging his Chourio. He's got it. Back to tag. Here comes the throw, and stopping at third base is the runner Freeman. Full head of steam, and Chourio got it in quickly. Big second out for Sproat.
That was a great job. Number one, just going right after the hitter. You know he's going to be overly aggressive, man on third, less than 2 outs, and then Chourio sprinting in, catching it, using that momentum. And the whole thing is, it doesn't have to be a perfect throw. You just have to show the intensity, because the man on third is literally watching as he's going back to third base. Great job holding him there.
2 outs, runner third. Johnston, a ground ball to second base. Staying down is Terang. He throws him out, and Sproat works around the leadoff walk. Nice inning from Sproat on just 11 pitches.
It's a no-brainer.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Miller Lite. Taste you can depend on. And by Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com.
Gorgeous night at Denver. It's a 3-1 lead for Colorado. Top half of inning number 6. Middle of the order up for a third time against Ryan Feltner. Just 1 hit allowed. The double by Bowers in the second inning. He's retired 10 straight Brewers. Chourio, Terang, Contreras. Big hack. Ball and a strike. Two balls and a strike on Jackson Chourio. Came in on a 6-game hitting streak where he's hitting just a shade under 500. Chourio spreading out those legs a little more. We've seen him do that with 2 strikes. Not necessarily before then, though. Here's a 3-1. And a fly ball into shallow right. Tough time to see a pop-up, but coming in and making the catch was Tyler Freeman in right.
And another out on the slider. It's kind of been his bread and butter. That and the changeup paired him well. Seeing less and less fastballs as this game goes on. I got to think maybe Chourio was thinking, I'm going to spread out, just make sure I make good contact. That's all this park requires, is just good contact. We saw that pitch count there. That's from pitching at this place, knowing that teams are coming in, they're going to be aggressive because they want to hit here. They want to pad their stats here. That's what the impression is across baseball, and you have to know how you're going to be perceived regardless of who's standing on the mound. And it's going to be different. His last time out, maybe in San Francisco, and maybe he's pitched in Houston, all these different places, but here people are going to approach you differently.
That's strike 3 called on Bryce Terang. He threw him a changeup on the inner part of the plate. So Bernardino getting ready in the Rockies bullpen, a left-hander. The changeup that's painted on the corner.
I think it's throwing guys off because it's got that cut to it. You can see the spin, almost has a slider spin.
4th strikeout for Feltner. 11 straight retired. Check that, 12 straight retired. And now Contreras pops it up right side. Drifting into foul territory. Rungfield makes the catch, and a 1-pitch out on Contreras, and it's a 3-up and 3-down inning for Feltner in the 6th.
Now at Brewers.com.
Play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up June 5th through the 7th. Help encourage youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today.
Event coming up at Barron Park tomorrow. Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All call to the pen. Brian Fitzpatrick coming in, first appearance in almost a month. He's really good in those 4 previous appearances at the big league level. Faces Willie Castro, hits from the right side of the plate, takes strike 1.
Fitzpatrick featuring changeup, 4-seamer, sinker, mixes in a slider and sweeper, but mainly you're going to see a lot of changeups, a lot of fastballs.
Ground ball to third. Backhanded play by Rengifo. 1 up and 1 down. Brandon Sproul, 5 innings today, 87 pitches for him. Finished his outing very strong, Tim. I think some building blocks to move forward with.
Absolutely. His last 6 outs were on changeups. It just means it took him that long to figure out what's going to be effective against this lineup at this altitude. And what do I have today? Try to make the curveball work. It worked in flashes, but also hurt him a little bit. I think he really settled down and really pitched to contact. Just 22 pitches the last 2 innings.
First pitch strike on Tovar. The Rockies bullpen is heating up. Jaden Hill, the right-hander. After 6 outstanding innings from Feltner, giving up just the 1 run on 1 hit. If his day is indeed done.
His tempo was incredible. Just incredibly slow. I mean,
very methodical.
Very, very much. And you saw the joy pad he had on his belt pushing the buttons. He was calling his own game. He was throwing tons of strikes, putting pressure on the Brewers to really walk up to the plate knowing they're going to have to swing. And early on it was ground balls. Later on it was fly balls. But either way, he was getting a lot of quick outs.
A couple of hard hit balls for the Brewers offense today as Tovar takes wide. Tovar pops it up just over our head. Double and a run scored back in the 2nd inning for Tovar. Rockies have had a man on in every inning thus far. Grounded foul just past the Brewer dugout. Treated to a spectacular sunset just behind the left field fence. My goodness.
There's not a bad view in this ballpark.
Tovar fouls it away. Tim, did you climb up to the mile high row? Look at that. Stunning. Did you get up to the purple seats, purple row?
I've done it before. The hot dog they were selling that I wanted was not that high. But I did go to the rock pile seats above center field. Took a picture up there.
Nice.
So far away from home plate.
Tovar with a fly ball to left. Chourio with room. Puts it away for out number 2. Not a bad seat in this place. Rooftop over there in deep right field. That's about where Yelich hit that home run 2022.
It's definitely a smash burger. $4.99. Yeah, they let people in there early and they claim it has the cheapest beer in town. So the rooftop fills up pretty quick.
It is a party up there.
What, I mean, we're partying in here. This is great.
Thompson takes a strike. Breaking ball from Fitzpatrick. This is the thing to do here in downtown Denver during the summer. Come hang out, see a Rockies game. Those draw very well. Huge ballpark. 0-1 to Thompson. Ball and a strike.
And a lot of Brewers fans as well. Got to meet a lot of them on the concourse. People that repping all the Brewers gear that live in the area.
Fouled at home plate on the changeup. There's some Brewers fans, and I bet that fan in the middle caught that T-shirt at a game. Brewers fans travel very well. 1-2 to Thompson. Check the swing and the change. 2-2. Edward Julian is right behind home plate. He is nowhere near the on-deck circle.
Fitzpatrick probably feels like he's facing 2 hitters in the box.
And he just struck out the one in the box. 3 up and 3 down go the Rockies in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Brewers looking for some offense.
Nothing outshines a blue moon.
Toyota game reset has the Rockies up 3-1 as we play in the 7th inning. Feltner done for the day after 6 innings of 1-run ball. And Hunter Goodman, second game this year with a home run and a stolen base. He hit that home run in the 3rd to make it this 3-1 score. And we got a new pitcher. That's Jaden Hill, appearance number 25 for Colorado.
Well, he's a good man in this situation. Does well against left-handed batters. Batting just 150 against him. Bowers and Mitchell right off the bat here.
Kyle Karros checks in at third base. Son of Eric Karros. Willie Castro slides over to second base. Edward Julian is out of the game. Bowers leads it off and takes a strike on the outside corner. 97 with the fastball from Hill. Gave up a couple of runs in his last outing. Just a 1/3 of an inning, walked a pair. Swing and a foul off the glove of Goodman. Here's the changeup.
Uses changeup about 20%, sinker about 20%, but mainly heavy slider and 4-seam fastball.
One and 2 on Bowers. That's the slider. That's the eliminator.
Well, the slider didn't slide. Either you make an adjustment or you bag that thing. Because you throw something like that over the plate, you're not going to get it back.
Struck him out through the slider. Still backed up on him. Bowers strikes out. It's 14 straight retired by Rockies pitching, and now a message from Aurora Healthcare.
1, 2, 3, Brewers!
How does it feel?
Amazing! One of my best days ever.
Mitchell 0 for 2, couple of groundouts to second base. Brewers been stymied by this Rockies pitching staff. Feltner for the first 6. Let's see if they can get to this bullpen. That's a sharply hit ground ball to Castro at second base. Backs up, throws to first, 2 away. He's grounded to second base 3 times now as Garrett Mitchell.
Well, the first time I think was more strategic. After the leadoff double by Bowers, he got him over to third, ended up getting in on Renjifo's ground ball to the right side. Definitely getting around on the fastball. He's been hitting it hard. Just got to get out of the infield.
Frelick has walked and fly to deep center. Yanks that one foul. Brewers are still within striking distance, very much so, especially in this ballpark. Anything could happen. He's got to get some base runners. Haven't had a base runner since the 2nd inning.
Well, the Rockies know that anything can happen when they're at home, so they already got the bullpen. They got a bunch of guys standing up. They take nothing for chance.
Three and one. Bernardino starts playing catch again. The left-hander, the lone left-hander out there for Colorado. And he's on base. It's a 2-out walk to Sal Frelick. Just a reminder, copyright telecast presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers and that beautiful looking cloud up in the sky. But mostly the Brewers. Pitch to Renjifo is up and away. It's driven in the only run today for the Brewers. An RBI ground out and a comebacker to the mound. Still searching for his first homer. Ground ball towards the middle. Tovar is there, steps on the bag. Side retired. Had a base runner, but that is it. It's time to stretch in Denver.
Way to money.
Oh, just moments ago, Brian Fitzpatrick was getting loose to go out for his 2nd inning of work, and now he is being helped off the field by Lee Meyer, Brewers athletic trainer, trying to stabilize that left arm, and he's going to go right up into the Brewers clubhouse and get checked out. Just up from the minor leagues today, and you can see the anguish on Pat Murphy's face. The Brewers will have to bring somebody in, but here's the warm-up pitch from Fitzpatrick. Let it go, and then, oh no. Just buckled.
In pain too.
Oh, a helpless feeling there.
Man.
So Craig Yoho is going to come in out of the Brewers bullpen. He'll have as much time as he needs to get ready. You hate to see that for Brian Fitzpatrick.
Hate to see that for anybody, but for a kid that trying to solidify himself in the big leagues, gets called up, probably has the travel day, comes to the elevation, throws a spotless 1st inning, and then out of nowhere something goes south.
Craig Yoho is coming into this game. Bottom of the 7th inning, a 3-1 Rockies lead. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll reset in just a moment. The Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest. By Prevagen. Prevagen made for your brain. And by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. Gorgeous sunset here in Denver. 3-1 Colorado, and the Brewers go to Craig Yoho. His first appearance in the big leagues. He's having a really nice season. AAA Nashville.
He's conquered AAA. I think he's proved that in the last few years. And he's going to get his shot. I mean, the Brewers have been battling injuries in the last 24 hours like no other team.
Had an ERA under 1 last year in the minor leagues in 43 appearances. This is his 9th big league appearance. Faces Kyle Karros. And a first pitch strike from Yoho.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of that. Fastballs and changeups. His changeups, that pitch that put him on the map, throws it about 33% of the time as of last year.
There's the changeup there. Misses outside.
Well, we saw the changeup was really good for Ryan Feltner with the Rockies. We saw it at times with Sproat, especially towards his last couple of innings.
Turns it over and misses. 2 balls and a strike on Karros.
Even the changeup from Fitzpatrick was good. So maybe that's the pitch of the night. It could change by tomorrow.
That's high and tight on Karros. 3 balls and a strike. That was a cutter from Craig Yoho. Count runs full now on Karros. Came in defensively, played third base last half inning. McCarthy to follow, and then Tyler Freeman. 9-1-2 in the Rockies order. Karros rips it foul.
Changeup looks like it stops halfway to the plate. The Bugs Bunny changeup.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming to Karros. Turns it over and struck him out. 1 up and 1 down in this 7th inning. Let's check in with Sophia. Had an opportunity to catch up with Craig Yoho before the game today.
Yeah, he got his first taste of the big leagues last year, and he admitted it was a struggle in 8 games, just 8 2/3 innings. He had an earned run average over 7, gave up 7 earned runs there, and he said it was honestly probably the first time I've ever struggled in baseball. You know, he's been such a great athlete in high school and then college, and he's flown through the minor leagues. He said that was really the first time I've been punched in the mouth, but he said it was great. I learned a lot from it. I took a lot away from it. Knew that I needed to clean some things up. He certainly did that with how he was performing in Nashville. But he said what the biggest thing that he learned from that experience last year was just that your stuff has to be competitive in the zone. He said, you know your stuff is going to get hit. These are the best hitters in the world, but your stuff has to be competitive in the zone, and they're going to make you pay for mistakes. So he certainly made the adjustments in Nashville, guys, and he's hoping for more success here.
Shallow fly to center field. In comes Garrett Mitchell to put away McCarthy. 2 quick outs. Go back to this changeup that he threw to Kyle Karros to get the first strikeout here in the 7th inning. Look at this thing move.
Just the depth on that thing. Gets him on speed first, and then to have that kind of depth, that's how you miss barrels by 6 inches. And that, to Sophia's point, she's right. I mean, you can learn all you want, but you got to learn how to deal with failure as well.
Go to first, and he gets Freeman. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Yoho. Strike out, fly out, and a ground out right back to him. Go to the 8th. 9-1-2 coming up.
Now streaming on Disney+.
Tonight's Tavern of the Game winner is Don and Josh's Badger's Den in Kiel. If the Tavern calls the Milwaukee Brewers by 10 a.m. tomorrow, they receive 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer is courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Brewers will see Antonio Senzatella in his top half of inning number 8. He has been a revelation for the Rockies out of their bullpen this year. 18th appearance at 130 earned run average.
Just nasty stuff too. 4-seam fastball, cutter, sinker, primarily with the fastball, and then dabbles in the curve, changeup, and slider. Just 1 run allowed in his last 7 1/3 innings.
In the 8th, Brewers have just 1 hit. And that's up high, 96 with the fastball. Entering today, the fewest hits in a game at Coors Field for the Brewers was 4. It's been done 4 different times, including last year in Quinn Priester's debut against Colorado. That was on the 10th of April. This is not a place that you don't get a lot of hits, because there are a lot of hits out there. Tonight, it's been all about the Rockies pitching staff. Just 1 base runner for the Brewers since the 2nd inning.
Well, just 5 strikeouts, too. The Brewers are putting it in play, but it's been weakly on the ground and weakly in the air, and early outs as well.
That's a strike on Hamilton. Didn't have to be, not by any stretch. Fouled it away, 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Senzatella comes in and blows Hamilton away with a heater.
Fastball at 98 at the top of the zone. Every pitch in the sequence, some sort of fastball, just challenging Hamilton. And think about these Brewer hitters, how many off-speed pitches they have seen through the first 7 innings.
Yelich takes strike 1. Senzatella made a postseason start against the Brewers back in 2018. These 2 teams met up in the division series. And it's down low. This is his 10th year with the Rockies. Senzatella, he's got 5 wins out of the bullpen, including 3 saves. He was 4-15 last year with an ERA over 6.5. Yelich went around as a strike anyway. Last year of a 5-year, $50 million contract. 31-year-old out of Venezuela. 2-2 to Yelich. Struck him out, threw him a curveball, and Yelich is gone.
Well, definitely a veterano. Someone that's faced the Brewers a lot in over 10 seasons. He does have a 5 ERA for his career, but you match that up with what Coors Field features. I think the Rockies saw the value. Now they're winning games. And he's really settled into that bullpen. A guy that's been primarily a starter for most of his career.
Brewers have Aaron Ashby loosening in their bullpen. 2-0 on Jackson Chourio. These 2 teammates in the World Baseball Classic. Team Venezuela. Two and 1. Pitcher's pitch right there on Jackson Chourio. 2-2 coming from Senzatella. And he struck him out. Senzatella comes in, he strikes out the side.
At Potawatomi.
The Brewers game is your next Pokestop at Pokemon Go night, Wednesday, June 17th. Special tickets include a Brewers co-branded hat, plus experience photo opportunities and event-themed field research. Visit Brewers.com/theme nights.
Has that bird moved since the beginning of the game?
The balance for that young fella.
Striking. Rumfield takes high for ball one from Yoho's out there for a second inning of work. 11 pitches to go 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. And changeup misses inside. Aaron Ashby was loosening last half inning. That was if the Brewers tied it or took the lead, I would think.
Well, again, you got to be prepared in this ballpark.
There's a strike. Nobody loosening in that Rockies bullpen, so one would surmise that Senzatella is going to go out there for another inning.
Use smaller words for me, Jeff, please.
Guess?
Yep, I guess he's going back out as well.
Hypothesize.
Well, struck out the side on 3 different pitches. I mean, why would you want to shake anything up on that? Senzatella was good.
That's ball 4 on Rumfield. So he draws a walk. Leadoff man is on for Colorado. And now a message from Wendy's. Pinch runner over at first base. Chad Stevens running for Rumfield. Goodman a home run back in the 3rd inning. The reason this game is 3-1. And he popped him up first base side, foul territory. Bowers gives it a look, and it will be on top of the Rockies dugout. Hey, nice catch. Give me 5. And a ball on Goodman. Turned over the changeup. 2-2. The Brewers have some guys that can spin a changeup in this organization.
And there's been some that have come and gone as well. Such an equalizing pitch, especially if you have a good fastball that got similar spin. You tunnel it well, but you have to trust it. You got to sell it with the arm speed. You got to throw it like you're trying to blaze a fastball by him. It's a very risky pitch. That's why I probably never threw it very well.
Yoho wants a new baseball. Fouled it away. Yoho a happy camper after his Indiana Hoosiers won the college football championship this last football season. First time ever. Two. Strike 3 called. Yoho picks up the K on Goodman.
Goodman clearly thinking something different. It's absolutely fastball bottom of the zone. He's looking for something middle, something up, possibly something off speed. Didn't get it.
Johnston 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs to second base, tossed to first, has Stevens back. Take another one of those ground balls to second base right here.
Be nice. Well, Sproat got a double play ground ball, and One of those innings, he had a man on first, but the wild pitch cost him to go to second. Next pitch was a double play ground ball opportunity.
Line foul. Strikeout Johnston. Sneaking the fastball by him. Everybody leery of that changeup.
Clearly it's on their radar.
0-2. There it is, and missed.
It's hard to tell on the TV, but watching in person, it looks like a wiffle ball. It really does. You're watching his body and his mechanics, and you see his arm like whip through, and the ball is not reacting the way you think it should be from that type of delivery.
Turn it over again. Johnson hits it in the air to right. Back is Frelick on the warning track, and he will leap and make the catch in front of the wall. Fires back into first base. Back standing is Stevens. Johnston just missed it.
I think a lot of people holding their breath on that one. It was a changeup middle. Johnston just got under it, kept going. Frelick staying with it, but not only that, understands that runner could be getting really far off of first.
Castro takes outside for ball one. It's a big run over there at first base for Colorado.
Well, the Brewers will have 3, 4, and 5. The heart of their order coming up against Senzatella.
All but 2 of his 17 appearances have been multiple inning appearances, including a pair of saves that have gone more than 1 inning. Changeup. My goodness, is that a good pitch from Yoho. Terang, then Contreras, then Bowers. That's what's coming up in the 9th. Neither team has had a hit in this game since the 4th inning. 3-1. And it's ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Yoho, and now he's got to deal with Tovar. And Chris Hook's going to come out.
I think Hook just wants to make sure they get it right here. Got a couple of outs. He also knows they've already been hurt with a run coming in with 2 outs. They want to get it right, get Tovar to hit something on the ground, get a force out, get out of the inning.
Tovar's hit it hard 3 times, a double. He lined to right in the 3rd. That was the diving catch by Sal Frelick in right field, and then fly to deep left in the 6th.
And also reminding him that this guy is a first pitch machine almost 53% of the time. Flip a coin. To put that in perspective, the league average is around 32% this year. So the last thing you want to do is throw a very easy, reachable pitch in the zone to a man like this.
Two away, Yoho deals with Ezequiel Tovar. Good speed on the bases for Colorado. And a changeup hammered foul. There he goes, going after that first pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tovar.
Tovar bats right around the Mendoza line on fastballs. So it's kind of a tough situation. A guy with such a good changeup. Do you play with your strengths or do you play to the hitter's weakness? I think we're going to find out here with 2 strikes.
1-2 coming. Struck him out with a changeup, and Tovar bends the knee. A couple of Ks for Craig Yoho. Pair stranded for Colorado. Bryce Terang leads things off for the Brewers in the top of the 9th inning. Only 1 hit for the Brewers. If they don't get another hit, they would be just the 5th team ever to be 1 hit at Coors Field. Willie Castro's now at first base. Stevens at second. The visiting team has never been no hit in the ballpark. There has been a no hitter at Coors Field, but it was Hideo Nomo doing it to Colorado. 2-0 on Bryce Terang. Senzatella ready again. And a liner foul. Three saves for Senzatella this year. 2 he has used multiple innings to get them. Terang, base hit left field. Tying run coming up for the Brewers in the 9th. First hit since the Bowers double in the 2nd inning.
Terang has been getting under it, fouling it off left side above third base dugout, gets on top, hits it, beats the shift. And that's what made the last inning so important. So if you get a man on, you got the tying run standing in the batter's box.
Brewers fans starting to get loud. And Contreras takes a strike. Homered against Senzatella last season, did William. He is 2 for 5 lifetime against Senzatella. As Contreras does some field maintenance in his foothole in the right-handed batter's box. No doubles defense for Colorado. Ground ball softly hit. Senzatella goes to second. It's low and into center. Terang will head to third base. And maybe that's the break the Brewers need. Could have been a double play ball, but Senzatella short-armed it and threw it into center.
He was so surprised that William probably went after this ball. Then he was surprised he caught it. Ends up spiking it down into the grass. Stevens just coming in to play second base. Couldn't even dive to stop it. Terang goes to third. And this is the 6th error in the last 4 games for the Rockies.
Tying run is on base. Pitching coach is coming out. Blake Perkins running over at first for Contreras, representing the tying run. And Jake Bauers coming up.
And again, Contreras swinging early. Haven't seen more than 3 pitches in an at bat. I'm sorry, 2 pitches in an at bat. And all 4. Very anxious.
Bauers against Senzatella, 0 for 2 with a walk. Nobody out. And the Brewers trying to make a 9th inning comeback. Brewers fans are getting loud in Denver. Pitch to Bauers. Line drive, base hit center. 3-2. Tying run into scoring position. Not wasting any time.
Ambushes a changeup, top of the zone, straight back up the middle. So the aggressiveness of this Brewers lineup continues even in the 9th inning. Terrain comes home easily. Perkins plays it conservative, stays at second. Big at bat coming here for Garrett Mitchell.
Decision time. If you're Pat Murphy, do you try and lay down a bunt? We'll see. Carroll's playing in on the grass at third. Good speed on the bases. Here's the pitch, and bunting, popping it up, foul is Mitchell.
I think it's the right call. If Mitchell bunts this, makes Karros field the ball at third base, number one, you get the guys up with a chance to get the tying run in. But at the same time, with Mitchell's speed, it could be a base hit if it's not a clean pickup and a clean throw.
Oh-1. Swinging and a miss, and now it's 0-2. He had his chance to lay down a bunt. Now you got to put the ball in play. Mitchell has grounded out to second base all 3 times. Just missed. 1-2. Skipped it in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Garrett Mitchell.
Well, just like he's done his previous 3 at-bats, hitting a ball to the right side. With his speed, you're not going to be able to double him up, still get the guy over to third, possibly get it through the infield. Perkins can score.
2-2 coming. Fouled it back, went to the high fastball, and he cleared it. The Brewers do have Vaughn and Sanchez available off the bench should they want to go that route. Mitchell against Senzatella. 1-run game in the 9th. Struck him out. Went with a high cutter, and it was well above the strike zone.
I think it was just enough off the fastball to get Mitchell to commit, and it just kind of kept rising up on him.
Andrew Vaughn has a bat in his hand. In the on-deck circle as Frelick digs in. 2 walks and a line out to deep center. And a challenge from Frelick. He's going to win it.
Yeah, usually when you see these guys challenge that quickly, they know right away, and they're not going to take time to think about it. Go with the instinct.
Frelick now 2 for 6 in his challenges this year. He's 0 for 4 lifetime against Senzatella with a walk. Ground ball towards the middle, base hit. Perkins will come in and score the tying run over the third as Bowers. Into second is Sal, and there they are. We're all square.
All this happened because Senzatella allowed the Brewers to have more outs than permitted. Sal Frelick makes some play, rocket up the middle, and because of where these outfielders play and how much real estate, that ground ball finds some acreage in center, turns into a double.
Now Vaughn will pinch hit. The Brewers come all the way back. They had 1 hit in this game going into this 9th inning. Base hit by Terang. The E1 on the comebacker off the bat of Contreras. Put runners on the corners. Bowers lined a single to make it 3-2. After the Mitchell strikeout, then Frelick, and now it's Vaughn. Infield is up for Colorado. Pitch to Vaughn. And it's a strike on the outside corner. Only the second blown save for Senzatella this year. The Brewers have their bullpen moving. Rockies have Bernardino loosening again. The 0-1. Down low and away. Ball and a strike.
Brewers showing why they're second in all of baseball in average when it comes to runners in scoring position. They put a little pressure on the pitcher, and in this case, Senzatella kind of put the pressure on himself, throwing that ball into center field.
Ball and strike on Vaughn. Infield up. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Getting loud in Denver. Vaughn, a chopper up the middle, base hit. Here comes Bowers. Frelick will score. It's 5-3. A 4-run top of the 9th inning, and they ain't done yet.
Gimme Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn in the biggest moments, getting it done. Great at bat, walks up to the plate, 1-1 pitch. Cutter goes back up the middle. The chopper, they can't get to it, scores 2. Frelick just zooming around third base. And now he gets a pinch runner in Joey Ortiz. What a great day. Short day, great day for Andrew Vaughn.
I'd say it's a quality at bat. Couple of stakes, and then you don't have to run as Hamilton takes outside for ball 1. The Brewers making the most of their hits. Here's a strike. Brewers have been one of the best comeback teams in all of Major League Baseball as Bernardino continues to loosen. That's probably for Yelich, who's on deck. Hamilton takes low. It's tough to win games when trailing after 7 innings in Major League Baseball. The Brewers have done it a handful of times already. 2-1 to Hamilton. Swing and a foul held on to by Goodman. Second at bat against Senzatella, who's at 38 pitches now.
Well, after striking out the side in the 8th, Hamilton was that first victim, looking for a little revenge.
2-2. Into right center field, sinking fast, and coming on and making the catch. Toss over to first base is late. Good play by Tyler Freeman.
Seemed like that fly ball hung up there for days. Just kind of went up there and didn't want to come down.
So Bernardino is going to come in as Warren Schaefer is going to make the pitching change. Lefty on lefty. Yelich coming in. We'll take a quick break. Brewers have already scored 4 times in this 9th inning and looking for more. Antonio Senzatella has given up 4 runs in this 9th inning, and coming back into the Rockies dugout, Senzatella clearly frustrated. And now Brennan Bernardino takes over, the left-hander, and he'll get Christian Yelich.
Yeah, he's not looking to do anything but get strikeouts. He's not going to walk you. Look at the 6 walks in 24 1/3 innings pitched. Throws a lot of sinkers. He's bringing through a lot of curveballs and sweepers to Yelich.
One left-hander in that bullpen for Colorado. And there's that big curveball for ball 1. The Rockies, meanwhile, will have 8, 9, and 1 scheduled in their order. Saw Trevor McGill cranking it up in the Brewers bullpen. From off the mat to in front by a couple of runs in Denver. Yelich hits it to first. Castro will take it to the bag. The Brewers with 4 runs in the top of this 9th inning. First it was Bowers driving in a run, then Frelick with an RBI double. And Andrew Vaughn, a 2-run single to give the Brewers the lead. 3 more outs to go.
My nose.
2-run lead for the Brewers. 5-3 the score, and Trevor McGill 8 of 9 in save opportunities. And trying to take game 1 against the Rockies, needs 3 more outs.
Yeah, he's been good. Last 17 innings that he's pitched, allowed just 2 earned runs while striking out 23, just 2 walks. He's been throwing a lot more fastballs this year, working ahead. If he's able to land that curveball at this elevation, he gets 50% whiffs on that bad boy. He's about to face 8, 9, and 1 in this Rockies order.
Starts with Sterling Thompson. See the defensive changes. Hamilton's at third. Joey Ortiz now at shortstop, and Gary Sanchez does the catching. Nobody left on that bench for the Brewers. Thompson 1 out of 3. And a ground ball hit to the right side. Someone's got to go cover. Bowers, nobody's there. McGill and Bowers did not communicate, and Thompson reaches to lead off this bottom of the 9th inning. Bowers took 1 step as if he was going to field that ground ball and never got back to the bag.
I don't think Bowers was sure exactly where Terang was, and when he did, he abandoned ship. He looks up to see big old Trevor McGill running over there, so he shuts it down. The problem is McGill did as well.
That's a base hit on the infield. Tying run coming up. It's Karros, and he takes a strike.
Well, we just saw the Rockies give the Brewers possibly 4, maybe even 5 outs. It's tough to pitch around.
Karros struck out in the 7th inning. Craig Yoho with 2 scoreless innings out of the Brewers bullpen to keep him at bay. Karros into shallow right. That's a base hit. 2 are on for Colorado, including the tying run as McCarthy comes up.
Well, obviously swinging early on McGill. First pitch swinging by Thompson. Second pitch, Karros. Now here's McCarthy.
We'll see how the Rockies play this with the middle of their order coming up. Do they have the middle try and beat you? Do you try and bump with McCarthy? We'll see. Warren Schaefer, manager of the Rockies. Gary Sanchez talking with Trevor McGill. We'll get a pinch runner. Braxton Fulford will run for Karros.
Rockies only 9 sack bunts on the season. That's 12th in baseball. Brewers have 17. They're 3rd. They're used to doing it. But I think what they're going to try to take advantage of is maybe Gary Sanchez behind the plate and Trevor McGill on the mound.
Trying to keep the runner at second close. Ortiz is right on the bag. McCarthy at the plate. A couple of hits today. Swinging away and takes the curveball low. A 4-run top of the 9th inning. Tying run is on base for Colorado. Nobody out. Half swing and a miss at the knuckle curve. 1-1. McCarthy hitting .421 with runners in scoring position this year. And he takes a strike. Another curveball. One-two pitch. Struck him out with another curveball. Or did he foul tip it? I don't think he did. He was trying to contend that he did. It is a strikeout. 1 away.
I was hoping that something would get lost in the chaos. Clearly misses it. Good block by Sanchez. Wow, so Trevor McGill goes to 4 straight curveballs to get McCarthy, who didn't even offer to bunt.
Tyler Freeman 0 for 3 an RBI ground out. And a line drive to left, a base hit. They will hold the runner at third as Chourio hits the cutoff man. The bases are loaded with 1 away for the middle of the order. But instead of the reigning Rookie of the month of May, TJ Rumfield, it's Chad Stevens who took over at second base. Bases full of Rockies. And Chris Hook is coming out. Remember, this whole inning started with a routine ground ball to second base where the Brewers did not communicate between Bowers and McGill on getting him first out of the inning.
Yeah, the coulda, woulda, shoulda would be first and second with 2 outs. But when you got a tall righty in the box, there's a great chance to get a double play. Brewers bullpen has more double play ground balls induced than anyone else in baseball. Could use one here.
Chad Stevens is 1 for 20 at the plate this year. Just his 26th plate appearance. Aaron Ashby getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. And Hunter Goodman, the All-Star a year ago, is on deck. This is the guy you want. 1 away, bases full. And strike 1 with a curveball and a challenge from Stevens. I think he's going to win it.
Pitch the ball.
So it's 1-0 on Stevens. Double play depth up the middle for the Brewers. 2-run lead in the 9th. Swing and a miss at the curveball.
Got a lot more depth on that curveball than the one before it.
One ball and 2 strikes.
And I think McGill saw what 3 of the last 4 batters were doing. They were swinging early and swinging early on fastball.
One-two coming. Skips it in the dirt. A good block by Gary Sanchez.
Yeah, I think everybody knew another curveball was coming. It was going to be, does Stevens decide to swing at it, and can Gary Sanchez block it? A lot of different places you can go right here. If he decides to go to fastball after 4 straight curveballs, 97-98 is going to look 105.
It's all curveballs so far in the sequence. 2-2 on Chad Stevens. And he went heater and missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nowhere to put Stevens. Here's the payoff. And he walked in a run. It's 5-4. McGill got ahead with the curveballs. And then threw back-to-back fastballs and walked them. So now it's Hunter Goodman. Tying run at third, winning run at second for Colorado. Outfield shortens up and McGill steps off the back of the rubber. Fouled away, and Goodman was looking to end it.
Well, he knows the situation. Got to get the guy in from third. There's 1 out. Your job is to swing for the fence.
And a challenge from Sanchez behind the plate. They're going to win it. It's going to be 0-2. McGill can go anywhere here. Pitching for a strikeout. And a fly ball to right. Frelick is back. This is going to be deep enough to score the runner from third. Catch is made. Throw goes into second base. Winning run is 90 feet away as Goodman ties it. That pitch was too good with 2 strikes.
It was. And if everything goes as planned, that would have been the 3rd out of the inning.
Yep.
Instead, the Rockies have life, but decent pitch down and away, kind of a safe zone. But again, at this ballpark, that ball is not going to slice foul like you see in other ballparks. Stays plenty fair. Frelick, all he can do is go to second, so now it's 1st and 3rd.
For Johnstone. 0 for 4 today. Winning run at third base. Fly ball to left. Churio angling near the line, makes the catch, and we've got free baseball in Denver. A 5-5 game as we go to the 10th inning at Coors Field. Tenth inning, Denver, Colorado, 5-5 game. First blown save for Trevor McGill since April the 14th against Toronto. Juan Mejia takes over on the mound for Colorado. 26th appearance for the right-hander.
Mainly four-seam fastball and sweeper. That's about 85% of the time, but he's given up runs in 3 of his last 5 outings. Also some walks mixed in, and Brewers have kind of a bonus here in the 10th. They got Christian Yelich as the man on second base.
Another change defensively. Fulford is now the first baseman. Castro moves back to second base. And Stevens is at third. Yelich is the runner at second base. Pitch to Churio is outside from Mejia. Brett Sullivan, excuse me, is over at first base. Tough to keep track of all these moving pieces. 1-0 pitch on the way to Jackson Churio. Check swing strike on the inside corner. Churio 0 for 4, sitting on a 6-game hitting streak. Fouled it away. Had a hanging sweeper to do some damage with.
Yeah, hit the top of it and rolled over on it. But now he has seen his primary 2 pitches, four-seam fastball and sweeper.
One 2 to Churio. Very high. Goodman with the game-tying sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 9th. See if the Brewers can put up a crooked number in this 10th inning. Swing and a miss, and Churio's gone on strikes, and Yelich has to stay put at second base. An 0 for 5 for Jackson Churio.
Yeah, it goes high. Sweeper at the top of the zone. It's kind of funny how that comes out of his hand. It kind of bumps up at the top, never to come back down.
Turang had the base hit to start the 9th inning against Senzatella. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes the ball down and in. Got spun around. Two-0 on Bryce. Ashby's back up. Throwing a whole game out there in the bullpen.
He's been up 3 or 4 different innings.
(3-0). Saw Gary Sanchez on deck. He came in to catch in the bottom half of the 9th inning for Contreras. And therefore a strike through him, a sweeper on 3-0.
I just don't think they want Bryce Terang to hurt him at all, especially with Sanchez on. You're better off almost walking Terang, having a force out with Sanchez in the right-handed batter's box. Not super quick. If you get a ground ball, easy double play.
3-1 coming. That's ball 4. So Tim, to your point, we get the walk and you get a double play situation potentially with Sanchez coming up. You also have a 3-run homer potentially. It's been a while. He's due. 5 home runs on the year from Gary Sanchez.
Well, we know he's got opposite field pop. Anything that he pulls here has got to be well deep into the outfield. Any rocket to shortstop or third's not going to do anything. So he's a professional hitter. He's got to be thinking right center.
And he takes it outside. Well, the last time that Trevor McGill squandered a save opportunity, it was the same day that Sanchez last hit a home run.
So that certainly bodes well for this at bat.
(2-0). Just 5 for his last 38 at the plate, going back to April 29th for Gary Sanchez. Two and one. Not looking for a sweeper on 2-0, but that one had some hang time.
Now, if you would have saw the Bryce Terang at bat, 3-0 sweeper for a strike. For whatever reason, falling behind, he's feeling comfortable throwing a sweeper.
2-1. At the knees for a strike. Sanchez even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez will use his timeout. Juan Mejia pitching for the Rockies in the 10th inning. A 5-5 game. Jammed him foul. 100 miles an hour on the fastball. With late life.
Not sure if you're going to get that or 87-mile-an-hour sweeper.
Great speed on the bases. 2-2 coming. 3-2. The bullpen starts moving for Colorado. Seth Halverson. (3-2) pitch. In tight, ball 4, and they're loaded for Bowers. Bowers 2 for 4. RBI single back in the 9th inning. Nowhere to put Bowers. And a swing and a miss. First pitch fastball. Bowers this year, the bases loaded, 1 for 5. Fly ball into right center. It's going to plug a gap and go all the way to the wall. Yelich scores. Terang scores. Sanchez held at third. Jake Bowers, stay hot.
That ball came off his bat so smooth. Takes a wonderful hack at it, stays right on it, and you can just see it. It is splitting the gap. And honestly, if Gary Sanchez is not the only catcher that the Brewers have active in this ballgame, he's probably sent home.
Mitchell swings and misses through the sweeper. He threw him a changeup, did Mejia, and Bowers was all over it. Mitchell trying to add on. The infield is up for Colorado. 7-5 Brewers in the 10th. Ground ball through the left side, base hit. Sanchez scores. Bowers is held. Run scoring single for Garrett Mitchell.
Chance for Gary Sanchez scoring on this rocket by Mitchell. Gets the heater up and away, shoots it over. Actually, the sweeper at the top of the zone. I mean, this all happens because, for whatever reason, Mejia decides to throw his third best pitch to Bowers in an 0-1 count with bases loaded.
Toss to first and back is Mitchell. Followed a quality at bat from Sanchez, drawing a walk. Sal Frelick with an RBI double in the 9th inning. That tied the game at the time. And trying to add on now. And a little flare to right is going to fall. Put another quarter in the merry-go-round.
This one's a heater in off the plate. Frelick just kind of jams the ball over second base's head. Scores Bowers.
And Warren Schaefer is coming out. He's going to take the baseball from Mejia before Ortiz comes up. Halverson has been getting loose. The Brewers with 4 in the 9th and 4 more in the 10th. Halverson is coming in. Brewers looking for more in extra innings in Denver.
Here can be.
Joey Ortiz will be the hitter with runners at first and second base against Seth Halverson. Had a good year this year. He was their closer for a time last season.
Well, they definitely want him to close out this inning. Righty's batting just 143 against him. That's probably when they brought him in for Ortiz. It's a kind of a do or die situation. Lefty's batting 412 with Hamilton on deck.
Halverson having some pitch comm issues. Now it seems as if they're all squared away. Ortiz digs in his first at bat of the game. 5 straight Brewers have reached, and Ortiz takes high. After Churios struck out for the first out of the inning, walk, double, single. A 4-run 10th inning. Brewers have scored 8 times in the last 2 innings. Ortiz squares, pulls it back, and takes a ball.
And for me, the 2 big things, the mistakes from Mejia was inadvertently walking Sanchez. He was not trying to do that. He was trying to get a ground ball double play. Great job by Sanchez. And then throwing a easy hittable changeup to Bowers.
Ortiz takes high, 3-0.
Which is really tough to swallow when you want to get beat by your best pitch, your best 2 pitches. I believe that was the first changeup he had thrown in the entire inning.
It turned into a very BP fastball for Bowers. That's ball 4, and the bases are loaded again for Hamilton. 3rd walk of the inning issued by the Rockies pitching staff. David Hamilton hits. Oh for 3, a walk and a stolen base for Hamilton. And he takes low. 5 straight out of the strike zone from Halverson. Everybody's up for Colorado. There's a strike. There's some history there. Since 1980, 1 run through 8 innings, and then finishing the game with 9 or more runs in the game. Swing and a miss by Hamilton. Digging deep in our stat research.
I think you're still going to hear Pat Murphy in the postgame talk about how he wasn't very pleased with 75% of this ball game.
Swing and a miss by Hamilton. He strikes out. 9th man to hit in the inning is Yelich. He was the place runner to start this inning. Brewers trying to pick up Trevor McGill in this 10th inning. Base is still loaded. Yelich takes it down and in. Brewers had Aaron Ashby loose. I believe he is still getting loose in that Brewers pen. Yeah, that's him. Two 2-0. Brewers had 1 hit going into the 9th inning. 1. They've had 7 hits combined between the 9th and the 10th. To Yelich. 3-0. Halverson having a tough time throwing strikes.
After 4 straight sliders to Hamilton, he blows doors with a 100-mile-an-hour first pitch to Yelich. And now he's just caught in between.
Auto take for a strike. 3-1. Ground ball to second base. Castro's got it. Throws out Yelich. Inning over. Brewers with 4 more runs in the 10th inning. They've got a 9-5 lead. Bowers split the gap to drive in a couple of runs. Garrett Mitchell with an RBI single. And then Sal Frelick, that bat died a hero. It's 9-5 as we go to the bottom of the 10th. Bottom of the 10th inning in Denver. Brewers trying to put the clamps on the Rockies in game 1, and Aaron Ashby is going to try and do just that for the Brewers. He will have an inherited runner at second base. Troy Johnstone leads the big leagues, tied for the most wins in Major League Baseball. Johnstone, the runner, he'll face Willie Castro right out of the chute.
Well, in this situation, up by 4, you kind of don't have to worry about the runner as much at second base, and it's all about the guy standing in the box.
And he hit him. Ouch. Oh, down he goes. 97 off of his hamstring. Ooh, boy. Not the way you want to start if you're Aaron Ashby, as the trainer's coming out to check on him.
There's 97. Ay. Man down.
Tried to use the bat as a cane, but it went out from under him. That stings. That hurts a lot. 97 off your hammy. Doing some rocket kicks, and off we go.
Showing off his limberness. Gonna feel that one tomorrow. Feeling it now, but probably when he wakes up. Caught him flush.
Ashby pitched just once in that Giants series. Faces Ezekiel Tovar. And that's low and in the dirt, knocked down by Sanchez. You don't really want to be messing around too much because the tying run is in the on-deck circle at the moment.
Well, as good as Aaron Ashby's stuff is, it's just about him finding what is going to work.
Breaking ball low. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, 3 balls and no strikes. You got the bottom part of the order. This is where you want to be if you're Aaron Ashby and the Brewers.
No, he's trying to fill up the zone here. This is just coming in after 8 other pitchers have thrown on the mound.
There's a strike.
Pitching at this elevation, trying to figure out what's working, what's the adjustment. It's taking more pitches than usual, but once he calibrates, he's got some of the nastiest stuff in all of baseball.
And he walks him, so the tying run is coming up now. Nobody out, and it's Sterling Thompson. A hit by pitch, a walk. Thompson started the mess in the 9th inning with that ground ball to second base where the Brewers did not communicate. Rockies ended up scoring a couple of runs to tie it. It's a weird, wild place, man. Denver is a crazy place. Seen a lot of wild games. Ashby just trying to put the clamps on it.
Hard to believe this was a 3-1 ball game going into the 9th inning.
With 1 hit for the Brewers, and it just started raining. Just sprinkling. Ashby trying to get out of this jam. Pitch to Thompson. Breaking ball, strike. In and out of the glove of Sanchez. No advance. No reason for Johnston to try and do anything crazy over there at third base. Down by 4 in the 10th inning.
Well, one good thing about Ashby is he does get a lot of ground balls. And again, this bullpen more grounded into double plays than anyone in baseball.
Check the swing. Didn't go. Ball and a strike. Three straight left-handed hitters scheduled against Ashby right now. The 1-1. He's got to throw strikes. This has not been the Aaron Ashby that we have grown so accustomed to. He's thrown 9 pitches, only 2 strikes.
I think he's just trying to find what works. We know how nasty his changeup is. Let's see what he goes with here.
3-1.
Brewers have made a call to the bullpen. A lot of stirring going on in right center.
That's 3-2 and a challenge? No, just an adjustment of the helmet. It looked like Thompson thought about challenging. Three and 2 on Thompson. Little flare, shallow center base hit. 1 run's in, 2 runs are in. Throw behind the runner at second. It's a 2-run game. It's 9-7. First hit of the inning. 2-run single by Sterling Thompson. Tying run is on base with nobody out.
Ashby falls behind, heater up, obliterates the bat, but it's enough to get into center field. Joey took a step in and then went back. Still no chance. Mitchell cuts it off, immediately throws behind. Terrain was there. No play at home.
Brett Sullivan's first plate appearance. Came in to play first base. Ground ball, second base, double play ball. 4, 6, and 3 double play. 2 gone, runner at third base in the bottom of the 10th inning. That is exactly what Ashby needed.
Well, he needed somebody to be aggressive. It might have been Castro. We don't know. He hit him first pitch. This is the first guy willing to take a chance on Ashby throwing the first pitch. Double play.
Jake McCarthy, 2 for 5 at the plate, representing the tying run in the 10th. Ball 1. One out away from a thrilling victory in the opener of this series in Denver. Strike at the knees on McCarthy, and late challenge. That took a while for them to accept the challenge there. And McCarthy's going to win it. So it's 2-0. It took some time for him to ask for it.
Well, I think they showed him a little grace because he was kind of getting out of the way once the ball popped out of the glove of Sanchez.
So instead of 1-1, it's 2-0 on McCarthy. Fouled away just to our left. Back in the at bat is Ashby. Two and two. Ashby ready to work. His 2-2 pitch. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. The Brewers had 1 hit going into the 9th inning. They score 4 in the 9th, 4 in the 10th, and they beat the Rockies 9-7.
The Wild Wild West. Ashby, it was bumpy. It was a little rocky against these Rockies. Got it done. The Brewers, not much to show for the first 8 innings. Bats come alive in the 9th and in extras. Got to credit the pitching staff early to keep this one close. Able for the Brewers to strike. A lot of unbelievable things in this ball game. There were some stolen bases. There were some walks, some big knocks. Good team win for the Brewers. They're going to sleep good tonight.
Get after it again tomorrow with Jacob Mizorowski on the mound. 9-7 your final score. We've got the Freighter Medical College of Wisconsin postgame show coming up. Tim and I have that for you. We'll hear from somebody down on the field with Sophia. What a game today. We got Brewers postgame coming right up next.